And as you can see, guys, our TP has just been hit. See, guys, we are hitting our TP just like I said, and the TP has been hit, guys. This was a lovely trade for my VIPs, and they are all smiling to the bank. So, guys, as you can see, it's working perfectly fine. Go on here. I just I posted this chat, sorry, this signal for my VIP today, and as you can see, the trade is running. So I had to make a quick video on this trade so I can help one or two people out there who don't really understand how to trade. Maybe this can help you a bit. As you can see, this is crash 500 and we are buying. So let's go to our VIP. Let me show you the trade. This is the trade on my VIP. As you can see, we are on profit, and these are the proofs, the screenshots for the trade. Okay, as you can see, this is my VIP, and this is, as you can see, I dropped the signal here at 2:33 p.m. I asked them to buy crash 500, and as you can see the SL there, and this is what we've been getting. Okay, and this is not the only trade I dropped today. I also dropped step index as well. As you can see, we are on profit and step index, but I have just decided to make a quick video on this crash so you guys can learn a thing or two. So let's go back to the video. So as you can see, we're still on profit and we are approaching our TP. So guys, let me show you how what make me to take this trade. As you can see, we are buying, and that means that we are trading against the spike. For you to be able to trade against the spike, you have to be very sure of the trade. You have to be at least 80% convinced that this trade is actually going to go your way, because trading against the spike is very, very risky if you don't really identify the charts and the market properly. It might really, as you can see, we had a spike. Like I'm just saying, we had a spike, but it doesn't really affect our profit because we are on so much profit already. So we just got a spike. So now that's what I'm talking about. When trading against the spike, a spike can come at any time. But if the market is actually heading your way, it's obvious that the spike might not really get you, because the buy power will be much stronger than the sell power. So as you can see, we are still on profit and we are going for our TP. Definitely we are going to hit this TP today, and this trade is really putting a lot of smile on my my VIP faces. Since the beginning of this year, we've been milking the market back to back. Okay, so if you've not joined our VIP today, I'll ask you to do so. Okay, so you can start making money for yourself this year. I don't want anybody go broke this year. Let's all make money together. And also, please, 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 if you've not liked this channel before, I'll ask you to like the channel. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video for your friends to also see this great strategy too. And also don't forget to turn on your notification so you can always get notified whenever I post a new video. So right now we are having a mentorship program going on, so I'll be glad if you can actually join us. Let's start the year together with all other new subscribers that have subscribed for our mentorship class. So it's your turn to do so you can catch up with these people that are joining to this year. Okay, so don't forget to hit me up. Check on the description page, you will see a link to my WhatsApp number. You can chat with me directly and let's talk business. And also, if you want to join our free Telegram group, the link is also on the description page. Just click and you're on the group. So now let's go back to this chart, and I'll actually tell you why we took this trade. So first of all, not that there's any given trade that you just wake up and say I want to trade this particular trade, as if it was already lined up for you to trade it. Now the thing is, when you open your chart, you go through all this space and you check the one that actually give you a setup for you to buy or either sell. So while going through the chart, like I said, I gave two signals. We did the step index and the crash. As you can see, both are doing well. So now after going through this crash chart, the first thing you want to do is we want to go to a higher time frame, maybe the daily time frame. Okay, coming to the daily time frame, as you can see from the daily time frame that as you can see from the daily time frame, you can see that after the market actually had enough of these sales, it actually got to where we might call the oversold level. Okay, and it actually gave us a rejection here that actually started pushing the market up and gave us a buy sell. So now coming to the daily time frame, you can see that we started having an uptrend at this point. And how do you identify that this is an uptrend? As you can see, let me bring my trend line here. As you can see, you're fixing the trend line here this way. You see that this is an uptrend. Okay, this is an uptrend. You see that when the market actually got to the oversold level, you saw that they started giving you some bullish candlesticks that started pushing the market up. Okay, and you discover that anytime the market gets down to this point here, there's always a rejection and a push up that actually gets the market back up. So now you will actually say that this place is a strong zone. Okay, it's a very strong support zone that it will be very hard for the market to actually break this zone. So now this will serve like a support, and you actually know that okay, here it's where I can actually be convinced enough that the market is actually going to buy. So after seeing that the market is an uptrend, and what do you do now? You have to go back to a lower time frame like the 30 minutes or the 1 hour time frame to really be sure that this market is actually going the direction you're hoping it to go. Okay, now it's an uptrend. So what do you do when the market is an uptrend? You look for buying opportunity. So now for you to get a better entry and a better positions for you to start buying, you have to go to a smaller time frame, maybe the 1 hour time frame or the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, so now we go back to the 30 minutes time frame. As you can see here, we had our trend line here on the 30 minutes time frame, and as you can see the market keeps respecting this very trend line. And if you can see from the view of the trend line, you can see that the trend line is actually heading up, which tells you that the market is an uptrend market, and it's really a market you can actually think of initiating a buy trade. Okay, so now after seeing that the market is an uptrend, what do we do? How do we know that it's time for us to actually make an entry? Because a market can be an uptrend and you make a wrong entry at a wrong place, which will actually affect the trade. Okay, so now after seeing that the market is an uptrend, and we also said that the market is actually respecting this trend line. As you can see from the back here, you see that the market keeps respecting this trend line. Okay, most of the time it doesn't actually get to this very trend line, but you see that it keeps reversing before the trend line, which tells you that the market is actually respecting this zone, that is actually respecting this zone and the trend line. So now what do? You come here to see how you might actually have an entry. Okay, because this is where we actually got the trade. Okay, so now as a professional trader, you don't just rush into the market and start buying. You wait for a perfect time. That's where you might place as your place of interest, and where you expect it to make that buy trade. So now what happened after seeing that the market is respecting this zone, the trend line, and let's say okay, you met the market at this point. Now let's say you meet you met the market at this point. Okay, now since you see that this is actually an uptrend market, and which means that you're actually going to buy. So now what you want now, it's um a point where you can actually initiate your trade, because you want to be careful, you don't want to lose money. And if you want to lose, let it not be you know something more bigger, or something that might actually affect your account or blow your account. So let's assume we met the trade at this point. I'm putting up my pointer here. Okay, so you see that this it's a high trade that is really on the high side, and it's an uptrend. Okay, so now you don't just start buying at this point, because from what you saw that the market actually respected the trend line. So which tells you that at this point there might be a reversal that will actually take the market down back to this trend line. So what you do, like I always say, that patience is very important in forex. What you do now as a professional trader, you wait for a perfect entry, okay, which will be either the market coming down to respect this trend zone before buying again. So you don't just rush, you have to be patient and see what happens at this point. So as you can see, we started having those long spikes that actually took the market down, and it got back to this trend line, though it didn't touch the trend line, but it's also respected those zone like we said. So now that is where you bring in your support zone, that's your support line. Okay, as you can see, we have the market respecting this very zone several times. As you can see, whenever the market got to this very zone, there was a reversal pushing the market back up. Whenever the market got to this zone, there was a reversal pushing the market up. So this tells you that this place is a very strong zone, which might serve as your support. So now, in case the market didn't get to this trend line, it might actually reverse at your support zone. So now you have two things that actually tells you where you can actually place your trade. So for me, I had to wait for the market to actually get to these points where I call my points of interest, because I don't just want to go into the market at this point. And you see what happened. So imagine you entered the market at this position. Where would be your stop loss? Your stop loss might be somewhere around here, because you might see this place as a strong zone, knowing that you've seen several candlesticks respecting the trend line. So you might actually want to keep your stop loss here, okay, and make an entry here. But what happens, as you can see, if your stop loss was to be here, you see that the market will actually break the stop loss, kick you out of the market, get down to the zone, and started buying again. Okay, but at that time you might be very upset. Oh, this market was actually going to buy, but why didn't it buy at where I was buying? That's because you made a wrong entry. You didn't actually give the market a time to have a reversal to a certain point that it will be comfortable for it to start going up again. So what you do, you wait for the market to get to your zone. That's why I said patience is very, very reliable. Have your place of interest. Just say that, okay, this is where I want to start buying. So at the end of the day, if the market doesn't come to your place of interest, you let it go. You now look for another chart, and you actually wait for the one that will respect your strategy. Okay, so if you trade with that strategy, you might be losing a lot of money, because you don't actually know what you're doing. You're just being confused, selling and buying without knowing what the market is actually going to do, or going to which direction at that particular time. So now my place of interest was here. Okay, my place of interest was here. All I want is the price to get down to this point. The moment the price gets down to this point, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's gotten to my place of interest. Now let me wait and see if it will actually give me that bullish candlesticks that will actually motivate me to start buying, and say, okay, it's actually working the way I wanted it to. So now I waited for the price to get to the trend line. Like I said, most times it might not get to the trend line, but reverse at where you have your support level. That's why it's very important for you to have a support level, and also your trend line. So if it doesn't respect your support zone, it will respect your trend line. So now I waited, though it took a lot of time. Like I said, forex is very And like patient in forex is very, very important. Okay, you have to be patient for you to actually accomplish what you want to. That's why it's very important for you to have your place of interest. Just draw your trend line, keep your support zone, and actually wait for it to get to your place of interest so you can actually execute the plan just the way you want it. So now my plan was the market to get down to this trend line or the support zone. When it gets to the support zone, I will now make an entry. But before I make an entry, I just don't rush and start making an entry just because the market have actually gotten to my support zone or my trend line. Because there are times that it might get to the trend line and it gives you a fake out. It's what we call a fake out. That's when the price actually breaks this trend line. That's when the okay. Let me see if I can see example of what I call by a fake out. Okay, this is what I call a fake out. Let's say this was a trend line. This was a trend line here. As you can see, this was a trend line here. So as you see that the market actually got to the trend line, but it didn't really respected the trend line at that very point. It gives you a fake out. A fake out is this candlesticks that is giving out some long legs out of the trend line, as you can see. So this is what we call a fake out. So most times it might not actually respect your trend line, because if you say, okay, the moment it gets to this trend line, I will start buying to see what happens. It got to the trend line, and what if you started buying at this level? You see, you be in serious loss, because the market actually go below your entry. So that's why you don't rush to buy the moment it gets to your place of interest. That's the trend line, because for me this was my my place of interest. So that's why you don't just rush it and start buying. All you need to do is wait to see a proper signal that will actually tells you is that either to buy or hold on for some time. Okay, so as you can see, I waited. The moment it got to the support zone, okay, there was a reversal which started taking the market up again. So now what happened? When the price got to the support zone, there was a reversal. Okay, so now what happened? I didn't just rush into the market. Okay, I didn't just rush and started buying, because something might happen. Maybe the moment I started buying, it now gives me the fake out that will give me more loss that I expected. So what did I do? I have to wait and saw a strong bullish candlestick before I made my entry. Okay, so I waited. After the spike, you saw that the new candlestick that started coming out was a bullish candlestick. Okay, after the spike, so that there was a bullish candlestick that started coming out before it only got to a little bit of a rejection here, because this might be a place of a support or resistance zone. Okay, so there was another spike and it still didn't break the support zone. So now this tells you that this support zone is a very strong zone, that it might take the market something greater for it to actually break this zone. So this zone now serves as a support level, and also will be your SL if you happen to take this trade. So that's why it's very important for you to always wait for the price to get to your place of interest where you have your support zone, so that when you enter the trade, your SL will not be far from your entry. That's your stop loss will not be far from your entry. If you are entering a trade at this point and you're looking for a place of support and resistance, which will actually be this point, you now keep your SL here and you enter a trade at this point and you started having losses to hit your SL, you see that you will lose a whole lot of money. But if you enter your trade here while your SL is just here, even if it doesn't go your way and hit your SL, you won't lose that much. So risks, I also advise my students, okay, and my subscribers that risk management is very important. I teach them a lot about risk management, so you don't have to lose. Even when you are losing on a trade, you don't have to lose more. So now I waited for that, and when that happened, there was another spike and the market started coming up. Okay, at this point I was like, okay, I'm sure I can make an entry at this point, because as I can see here, this is a very strong zone. It will actually take the market something bigger for it to break this zone, and even if it break this zone and hit my SL, I won't have to lose much. So I'm not really scared. I had to make that entry. As you can see, this is where we made our entry. I started buying. As you can see, the market is all the way up here. Okay, so we are waiting to hit our TP. Doesn't matter how long it takes, but I'm quite sure that we are hitting our TP. So as you can see, this plays out very well. So you always have to have your own strategy. You always have to be patient and have where you call your place of interest. Just draw your line. Like I always say, it's very important for you to understand how to use a trend line and the support and resistance zone. It will help you a lot. Price action, like I always say, is always the best strategy. Forget about the indicators and all that. I'm not saying the indicators doesn't work. It does, but the best strategy you can ever give yourself is price action. Find a way and start learning price action today. It might not be with me. If you find any other forex trader who you can trust and you believe it's capable enough to teach you, you can always learn with another person. But I will always advise you that you should learn how to use price action. That is the best strategy you can ever find in forex market. It works 99% of the time. Okay, let me say at least 80% of the time. Okay, so just understand price action. Okay, join our mentorship class today. Let's mold you and train you and get you ready for this year, because this year we are going to make a lot of money this year. So just be ready. Okay, within 3-4 months we can actually shape you up and you start trading by yourself and making good entries and good trades. So guys, that is how the trade went. As you can see, my VIP, we are making money. So don't hesitate to join us today, or you can join our VIP group where we drop signals. If you don't have enough funds to join the mentorship class, you can join our VIP and have good signals like this and make money for yourself. So guys, I wouldn't want to take much of the time. I hope you understand this. If you don't understand and you have any questions, you can actually hit me up and ask questions yourself. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Bye.